If your feet feel like blocks of ice, or if your legs feel heavy and stiff like lead weights, your body is trying to tell you that your internal plumbing is calcifying. Most people, and even many doctors, dismiss this as a normal part of aging, but it is not. It is a mechanical failure caused by a lack of two specific nutrients. If you ignore this, that coldness can turn into chronic numbness, pain, and eventually a total loss of mobility. But the solution is not necessarily a prescription medication. It is often a matter of correcting a deficiency in two powerful vitamins that work together to unclog your arteries and restore the flow. To understand how to fix this, you first need to understand the calcium paradox. This is the biological riddle that confuses so many people over the age of 60. As we age, our bones tend to lose calcium and become brittle, yet our arteries tend to gain calcium and become stiff. We are effectively losing hard minerals, where we need them, in our skeleton, and gaining them where we absolutely don't want them, in our blood vessels. When calcium settles in your artery walls, it turns soft, flexible tissue into something resembling an old, hard pipe. This restricts blood flow, raises your blood pressure, and starves your feet and hands of oxygen. The first vitamin you need to reverse this is vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form. You cannot confuse this with vitamin K1, which is found in spinach and helps your blood clot. Vitamin K2 is completely different. It acts as the traffic controller for calcium in your body. It activates a specific protein called matrix Gly protein, which works like a tiny shuttle bus in your bloodstream. Its entire job is to locate the loose calcium floating in your soft tissues and physically transport it into your bone matrix. Without enough vitamin K2, that calcium has nowhere to go, so it settles in your artery walls, turning them into rock. By introducing therapeutic doses of vitamin K2, you are essentially turning on the cleaning crew. You are stopping the calcification process and guiding that mineral density back to your bones where it belongs. However, simply cleaning the pipes is only half the battle. We also need to relax the pipes to let more fluid through. This brings us to the second vital partner in this process, vitamin D3. While most people associate D3 with bone health or immunity, in the world of vascular health, it acts as a master hormone. It has receptors on almost every cell in your cardiovascular system, including the inner endothelial lining of your blood vessels. Its primary role here is regulating a gas molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the chemical signal that tells your arteries to relax. When your arteries relax, they widen in a process called vasodilation. This drops the resistance in the vascular system and allows blood to flow freely to the furthest extremities, like your toes and fingertips. When you are deficient in D3, and statistics show that the vast majority of seniors are, your body struggles to produce this relaxing gas. Your vessels remain constricted and tight. Furthermore, vitamin D3 helps heal the inflammation that caused the damage in the first place, preventing the calcium buildup from returning. The critical secret that most people miss is that you must take these two vitamins together. Taking vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium from your food. That is a good thing. But if you take D3 without K2, you run the risk of having all that absorbed calcium sitting in your arteries because there is no traffic controller to tell it where to go. They are chemically synergistic. D3 brings the calcium into the body, and K2 puts it in the right place. They are the dynamic duo of senior health. So, how do you actually apply this science? For vascular health, the research points to the MK7 form of vitamin K2 because it stays active in your body for 24 hours, compared to other forms that disappear in just a few hours. A common therapeutic range for seniors looking to improve flow is typically between 180 and 360 micrograms daily. For vitamin D3, dosages vary, but many functional medicine doctors recommend between 2,000 and 5,000 international units daily to maintain optimal blood levels. Of course, checking your levels with a simple blood test is always the smartest first step. You can also support these supplements with your diet. To naturally boost your K2 intake, you need to look at fermented foods. The highest source on the planet is natto, a fermented soybean dish. But if that is too strong for your palate, High-quality hard cheeses like Gouda and Brie, as well as egg yolks and grass-fed butter, are excellent sources. For vitamin D3, fatty fish like wild-caught salmon and sardines are your best friends. And to support the nitric oxide production that vitamin D promotes, you should be eating nitrate-rich vegetables like beets, arugula, and spinach. Once you have the internal chemistry sorted, you need to look at the physics of your blood flow. Even with the right vitamins, you need to help the blood move physically, and there are simple lifestyle habits that act as amplifiers for your results. The first amplifier is hydration. It sounds basic, but your blood is roughly 50% water. When you are dehydrated, even slightly, your blood volume drops and it becomes viscous, turning from a smooth liquid into something more like ketchup. Your heart has to work twice as hard to push that sludge through your tiny capillaries. Aiming for roughly half your body weight in ounces of water per day keeps your blood thin and moving. Beyond hydration, we have to look at the mechanics of movement. Your heart is not the only pump in your body. You actually have a second heart located in your lower legs. Your calf muscles act as a pump every time you take a step. They contract and squeeze the deep veins, shooting blood back up against gravity. When you sit for hours, that pump is turned off, and blood pools in your ankles, leading to swelling and coldness. You don't need to run a marathon. Simply walking for 10 minutes a few times a day manually operates that pump. There's also a breathing technique that acts like a pressure vacuum for your circulation called diaphragmatic breathing. When you take a shallow breath, nothing happens to your blood flow. But when you take a deep belly breath, you change the pressure inside your chest cavity. This pressure drop literally sucks venous blood up from your legs toward your heart. Spending just 5 minutes a day doing slow, deep belly breathing is one of the most effective free ways to improve venous return. For those of you suffering from that specific burning, stinging pain known as neuropathy, you need one additional tool. While K2 and D3 fix the pipes, we need something to repair the wiring. This is where alpha-lipoic acid comes in. It is a unique antioxidant because it is both water and fat soluble, meaning it can penetrate the protective sheath of your nerves. Studies suggest that 600 milligrams of ALA daily can help reduce the symptoms of diabetic and age-related neuropathy, working in tandem with the improved blood flow to stop the tingling. However, all of this effort will be wasted if you continue to fall into 3 common lifestyle traps that destroy circulation. The first major pitfall is chronic stress. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These are vasoconstrictors. They act like a clamp on your arteries, tightening them to divert blood to your muscles for a fight or flight response. If you are stressed 24/7, your hands and feet are constantly starved of blood. The second trap involves the types of fats you consume. Many seniors have been told to avoid saturated fats and switch to vegetable oils, like soybean or corn oil. The problem is that these oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can be pro-inflammatory if consumed in excess. Inflammation is what scratches that artery lining we talked about earlier. Switching to stable, healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil supports the endothelial lining rather than attacking it. The third mistake is neglecting gravity. Gravity is a constant force pulling blood down into your feet. If you sit all day with your legs down, you're fighting a losing battle. You need to use gravity as a tool by elevating your legs. But you must do it right. Your feet need to be above the level of your heart. Lying on the couch and putting your feet up on the armrest for 15 minutes allows all that stagnant, pooled fluid to drain out, reducing swelling instantly. Let's paint a picture of what a vascular restoration routine looks like in real life. It starts the moment you wake up. You drink a big glass of water to thin your blood after a night of sleep. You eat a breakfast that includes some healthy fats, like eggs or avocado, which helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins we discussed. With that meal, you take your vascular duo, vitamin K2, MK7, and vitamin D3. If you have nerve pain, you add your alpha-lipoic acid here as well. Throughout the day, you set a mental alarm to stand up and move every hour, ensuring that your calf muscle pump never stays dormant for too long. You keep hydrating, and perhaps for lunch, you have a salad rich in nitrates like arugula and beets. Then, in the evening before dinner, you take 15 minutes to elevate your legs and practice that deep belly breathing to drain the day's accumulation of fluid. You wind down calmly to lower your cortisol levels, ensuring your blood vessels stay relaxed while you sleep. For those wanting to accelerate results, there are 2 bonus boosters worth considering. The first is L-arginine, an amino acid that serves as direct fuel for nitric oxide. The second is CoQ10, which acts as the spark plug for your heart, ensuring the muscle has enough energy to push blood through your newly relaxed arteries. I want you to take a moment right now and look at your hands. Wiggle your toes. That coldness, that stiffness, it is not your destiny. It is simply a mechanical failure that can be repaired. Your body is incredibly resilient. Even after 60, your endothelium can heal. Your arteries can regain their flexibility, and the calcification can be reversed. But it requires action. It requires the right raw materials and the right habits. Do not accept a life of shrinking limitations. Give your body what it needs to flow freely again, and watch as the warmth, the color, and the life return to your limbs. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a tip that could save your health. Stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.